assessing any client's eye shape, natural lash health, all that good stuff, I like to have them look straight ahead. Totally fine for you to blink, by the way. You can breathe and blink, I swear. So she has a lovely eye shape. It's very much an almond eye shape. And she has quite a bit of space between her lash line and her eyebrow. And her eyebrows are so amazing. We're gonna actually flow with the shape of her eyebrows when determining the mapping today. I think that that would look so lovely. Anyhow, when working with an almond eye shape, we know that virtually any mapping will look amazing. So she is the ideal client for sure, in more ways than one. So when we're determining our client's eye plane, we're looking to see if it is even, meaning the points of the inside of the eye and the point of the outside of the eye would be straight across. Just a perfect line from inner to outer corner. That would mean an even eye plane. Now, if we had a descending eye plane, we would mean that the inner corner and the outer corner didn't line up perfectly. Instead, the inner corner was just a little bit higher than the outer corner, almost like a decline. Now, our client today, she has a moderately upturned eye, meaning the eye plane is not super upturned, but it is ascending nonetheless. So how we determine, we're just gonna take our micro swab applicator and line it up, inner to outer corner. You don't have to hold it at the eye, just a bit above. And it's just slightly upturned. Now, with upturned eyes, if a client wanted, say, a cat eye shape, then we could in fact go with the longest lengths on the outer corner because the eye already points up. So we're not worrying about drooping that eye down at all. Instead, it's already lifted, which is great. But another thing that we have to take into account is the natural lash direction. So although her eyes are moderately upturned, she still has lashes on the outer corner that point all the way down. So we still want to take caution in this area, which will be in fact our emphasis area from this point right here to the outer corner. And the reason why is because her eye is so uplifted here in the middle, and then although the outer corner is in fact pointed up slightly, the lashes really do point down, and her eye shape naturally points down a little bit as well. So if we want to lift everything up, we may want to work with more of a curl in this area. So today I'm going to work with a D curl from this point here to this point here. I'm going to work with C curl for the spikes, but only on the top layer, and that D curl on the bottom layer is really going to lift everything up anyhow. And then the inner and middle of the eye, I'm actually going to work with a C curl. I could get away with a D curl, and I may, when I'm working, go in and do a D curl on the bottom layer and either a C or CC curl on the top, but I really want to get working first. So I'm going to work on the outer corner to the middle here before I move to the inner part of the eye. And I will be working with 6D pre-made fans as well as 6D in 0.07 diameter handmade fans. Only reason why I'm mixing them together is simply because I want to show that they blend lovely together. Any fan type, any curls, anything like that will blend together and look wonderful. You just have to plan it out. But if I do 50% handmade and 50% pre-made, it's gonna look lovely. Now, how am I going to get my spikes? I'm gonna work with 0.03 diameter lashes, and I am working with 8 to 15 mixed trays in 0.03 and 0.07 for my handmade volumes, and as I've said, 6D 0.07 for my pre-made. Although I am working with a mix of handmade and pre-made, the spikes that I'm going to put in, that's going to add a lot of texture. They will be placed on the top layer, and some volume experience is needed for this particular type of lash. So it is really important that no matter what, we have to create those particular 0.03 diameter spikes. So we do have other videos on this as well. If you are in Shop This Set right now, then within your email, you'll have another video specific to creating this type of fan. It's important to note that you will in fact need a volume tweezer for this, specific to working with 0.03s. I suggest either our Grippopotamus boot, slim boot, sweet spot, or J-curve tweezer for this particular technique. If you're in the beginning stages of doing volume, I definitely suggest the boot or slim boot over the thinner boot like the J-curved or the sweet spot for sure. But either way, we will need a tweezer that will be good to hold that 0.03 diameter lash. So I'm excited to see the work that you create once you get playing. So now when we talk about keeping our lashes consistent when we place them, placing them 0.05 or 1 millimeter away from the skin, this is so that the eyes will always look balanced, and if you didn't want texture throughout your lash set, then you may want to really focus on where you're placing those lashes.